Earth with an egg-shaped void in here, with a massive sun burning a magnet that protects us all, period. And our job is to get deep in there, in those little cities, in a hallback array of creation, and get in there and put our love to protecting all of life. That's what was written on the stones. That is what's been told about throughout all history.
Hello and welcome to Scientifically Speaking. Today we're just going to rip apart Angrycatfishbriggs' pile of nonsense. He's going to talk about magnetic fields of the human heart, and he's going to talk about the magnetic field of the earth. And we're going to go through it, and we're going to laugh at the nonsense that he talks about. He likes to say that my work is the same as his work. Well, it's not, obviously. And he likes to say that he talks to Creator. So you would think that if he's talking about the God of the universe, the God of the universe would have endowed him with some intelligence to explain the things that are going on. So he's going to tell you about the magnetic field of the earth in a minute. Let's have a listen and see how it goes.
This is not your aura I'm talking about, people. It is a magnet field emanated from your chest, just like hers.
Now he's pointing to a picture of the earth with the supposed magnetic field around it.
When you freeze water with a magnet in it, it creates an egg void.
Now he just said when you freeze a magnet in water, or freeze water with a magnet, you get an egg void shape in the frozen liquid. So it's frozen, but around the magnet there's a dome on top and a slightly pointed dome underneath. Now I know this because I've done this experiment. Eric hasn't. But he's just said that when you freeze a magnet in water, you'll get an egg void. Let's see what he says next.
Continents wide, with cities of gold built in them.
So he's saying that in the middle of the earth... Let's see what he said there, because it's just...
Creates an egg void, continents wide, with cities of gold built in them.
Now, that doesn't happen with a magnet and frozen water. It doesn't produce cities of gold.
Oh, that's what we got here.
So he's saying that's what we got here with the planet Earth.
Those cities of gold, they're in her, with her eternal burning sun of a...
Now, he just said that's what's going on in the earth, but he just spoke about an egg void being created by ice. Now he's just said that there's a sun at the centre of the earth, which of course would not generate a magnetic field because heat destroys magnetic fields, stops a magnetic field from being coherent and turns it into an incoherent field. So once you heat up a magnet, it's no longer a magnet and stops being a magnet. So there can't be a sun at the middle of the earth because it would be too hot and there'd be no magnet field.
The soul.
Oh, now it's a soul. So let's just go back so we can hear that in its entirety.
Soul, they're in her, with her eternal burning sun of a soul.
So this eternal burning sun is the earth's soul. Now remember he says he talks to God, or the Creator anyway.
Lighting that massive chamber.
So there's a so now Eric believes in hollow earth.
Yep.
Which of course is not even vaguely biblical and only belongs in conspiracy nonsense.
Ever see my flat earth fucking debunking? Oh my God. Have you ever not seen my working model of Earth?
This is where it gets really good. Eric is now about to describe the egg-shaped void within the earth.
Shaped void in here.
So there's an egg-shaped void in there, which only occurs in ice, and it isn't an egg-shaped void, it's just water. There's a dome of water on top of a magnet and a slightly eggy-shaped pointy bit of water underneath. There isn't a cavity. It just doesn't allow the water to freeze. Eventually, the water does freeze. But because the magnet is not generating energy, it's passing energy through itself, it's generating radiative heat. And so there isn't a cavity when you freeze a magnet. There's water instead of ice. But he's trying to apply that principle to the middle of the Earth by claiming that it's a hollow Earth. But it was made by freezing a magnet, but now there's a sun there.
With a massive sun burning the magnet that protects us all.
Burning the magnet that protects us all. Have you ever heard such crazy nonsense in your life?
Massive sun.
Along with
Go back a little further here.
Earth with an egg-shaped void in here. With a massive sun burning the magnet that protects us all.
So there's a massive sun in the middle of the Earth that's burning the magnet that protects us all. Where are you getting this from, Eric?
Period.
Oh, full stop. There's no debate. You're such a joke of a storyteller. Here comes the best bit, though.
And our job is to...
So your job, according to Eric and his creator, is about to be made known.
Period. And our job is to get deep in there. In those little cities.
The cities of gold, remember, that don't appear on a magnet when you freeze it. But apparently the cities of gold in the hollow earth that Eric says you've been told to go there.
In a hallback array.
See, this is just so incredibly nonsensical. I have to rewind it because the words are so nonsensical in order that even when you hear it read out loud, it doesn't make any sense. Here we go again, because it's just incredible nonsense. This is called woo.
That protects us all. Period. And our job is to get deep in there. In those little cities, in a hallback array of creation, and get in there and put our love to protecting all of life. That's what was written on the stones.
You have lost your mind. Lost your mind. And nobody sees you going into the mountains and digging into holes, do they? No. You're actually going to stand here and talk to people and tell them.
Burning the magnet that protects us all. Period. And our job.
So remember now, this is your job, people. All you followers of the moon magnet over your head, man, is to do this.
Is to get deep in there. In those little cities.
The cities of gold.
In a hallback array.
You got to be in a hallback array.
Of creation.
Of creation.
And get in there and put our love to protecting all of life.
You got to get in there and put your love to protecting all life. So Eric believes in a three-sun system where we have to go to the golden cities inside the hollow earth and give it some love. It'd be comical if you weren't trying to induce other people to follow your insane lunacy. That's all it is. You talk about the moon. Well, that's where the word lunatic comes from, Eric. I'm sorry. Let's play that absolute pile of good grief again.
Please go to the outside edge, along with a few chunks of
Earth with an egg-shaped void in here. With a massive sun burning the magnet that protects us all. Period. And our job is to get deep in there. in those little cities in a hallback array of creation and get in there and put our love to protecting all of life. That's what was written on the stones. That is what's been told about throughout all history.
So Eric believes that's what's written on these stones?
Around the globe.
Around the globe. I obviously have said something completely different about what's written on these stones. And I've said they're to do with energy and energy travel and the end of the world. But Eric is saying that you have to go to the golden cities inside the hollow earth and give it some love. Because it was written that you should do it.
And I'm telling you, I've seen it. She's shown it to me.
So Eric has been shown visions by the planet Earth that the Earth is hollow and it's got golden cities where they have been told to go and give love. So Eric is now receiving visions from the planet.
You want to talk about?
You know, Eric will probably say, but you got visions from your God. Yeah, there's a book about my God that my God said he wrote. Show me the book about the planet Earth that the planet Earth said she wrote.
About your downloads? I do. I talk about it. And I'm telling you, I've seen it. She's shown it to me. You want to talk about your downloads? I do. I talk about mine.
Now Eric talks about his download that he got. Oh dear. See, my channel is all about how I receive visions from the true God. This charlatan lying sack is now telling about how he gets visions from the planet. Now Eric is the worst charlatan on YouTube, who keeps saying that he's got models of everything and then he just shows videos. He's constantly being shown to be an insane lunatic, and I think today proved it. He says he talks to the creator, but he's getting visions from the planet, and it's a hollow earth and all this other silly nonsense where you have to go in there to the cities of gold in a hallback array and give it some love. I'm just showing the false prophets that are flooding the internet. I've been doing this for 7 years, and all the things that I've been shown by God I put on video. And none of them are beyond the realms of impossibility. And every single video I've done links to the next because they're all about one thing, and that's double helix energy travel. And all physicists know that a Birkeland current only has 2 leaders. It's uneducated people who say that there's a 3 helix and that's what binds DNA together or some rubbish like that. But you'll never get a physicist or a biologist to agree with any of that snot nonsense. So there we go. We obviously can see now that Angrycatfishbriggs is insane, and he wants his followers to go into the earth and give the hallback array magnet that's sat next to a giant sun, which would negate the whole point of it being a magnet, because suns don't do that. Planets are cold on the inside, whereas the sun is cold on the inside. The sun is metallic hydrogen. That's already been proved by Dr. Robitaille on his channel. So I deal with and have spoken with the Thunderbolts Project and Pierre Robitaille and Jared Moran and the other geezer, but I can't remember. See, I talk to like real engineers and real scientists, and I check out the work of real people. False prophets talk about magic and nonsense and implausible rubbish that isn't based on any science from anybody. All right, thanks a lot. My name is Lee. I follow the Christ, and this will be the last video I have to make because Eric's proven himself to be insane. Thanks a lot. Bye.